Alam mo nung araw, Jessica, I used to think all of us have certain quotas for suffering. And I felt I had filled up my quota. Hindi pala ganun eh. Of course, who wants to get sick? No, but if that's my fate, so be it. I'm just so grateful to all the Filipino people who were so supportive of me. I can say that with the help of the Filipino people, we restored democracy.
Una kong na-cover si then candidate Cory Aquino sa kampanya leading to the 1985 snap elections. Tapos nung nag-file siya ng kanyang certificate of candidacy for the presidency, nandun din ako sa COMELEC and I was very close to her. Nung naging presidente na siya, ambush interview lang yung nagkaroon ako. Pero nung after her presidency, many years after her presidency, at nalaman niya na meron siyang cancer and she had little time left, she agreed to a sit-down interview with me sa kanyang bahay sa Times Street sa Quezon City. She was very candid, mga iba't ibang aspeto ng kanyang personality ang nakita ko sa aming interview na yon, pati na yung mga hindi magandang alaala sa kanya while she was president.
Ako si Jessica Soho. Ako po si Jessica Soho. Ako po si Jessica Soho.
This is Jessica Soho reporting.
Balikan natin ang paghahatid ko ng serbisyong totoo bilang isang journalist.
Hingi ata ako, Mama.
March 1989 nang una naming tangkaing marating ang Isla ng Pag-asa.
Gaya po ng inyo nakikita, tayo ay nakasakay ngayon sa isa sa mga tangke.
Paano kaya sila magpapasko dito, no?
This is Hickam Air Force Base here in Hawaii.
Ito rin tiyak ang gustong paniwalaan ng marami sa atin. To see is to believe. Samahan niyo po kami sa isang natatanging paglalakbay. Bago ang Agosto 1983, wala halos nakakakilala kay Corazon Cojuangco Aquino. Sa media, isa siyang butihing asawan ng politiko.
I was a mother more than a wife because Nina was so busy with his political career and I was determined that I would be a very good mother. I didn't want my children to be deprived.
Sa pamilya lang noon umiikot ang kanyang mundo.
But as kids, she was always there eh. Yung pag-uwi mo sa bahay, nandiyan ang mami mo. Kailangan mo ng homework, nandiyan siya. Then, you go to the dentist, to the pediatrician, yung talagang housewife. Sasama ko pa sa parties yung mga yan. At sabi na yun, hindi, mas mabuti na sanay sila na palagi ko nakikita. Sabi ko, Ninay, kumisa naman, katakot-takot na itong party ng mga batang ito. But I'm glad I did spend all the time with them because when martial law came and I needed them, they were all ready to help also.
Nung martial law, merong ibang wives dyan, pagbisita sa asawa, from start to finish, 2 hours ang visiting mo, iiyak na. Hanggang dulo. So, but mom never. Kaya tuloy, yung asawa, hirap na hirap. Siyempre, nakikita mo yung bumibisita sa'yo, parating ganun. Pero kung matapang, tatapang ka rin.
Pilit man silang nagpakatatag noong martial law. Magbabago ang lahat noong Agosto 1983.
Turn from exile of Benigno Aquino, an old political
Nang tuluyan na silang iwan ni Ninoy.
Kahit anong teleserye manuulin nila, it will never equal siguro kung ano yung naging buhay at pinagdaanan ng mom and dad ko.
He was so calm and said, well, we can't do anything anymore. Let's just kneel down and pray the rosary. And then after that, she said, you know, just think, Dad always wanted to die for the country. And maybe this was the best way that he could go.
No, when we came home, tapos nung kinis niya, kasi parang binuksan yung coffin, I remember that. And alam ko talaga na we were all talking about it after na ang tikas-tikas na ng dad, nung hinalikan namin. So yun, she really cried then.
Isang nagluluksang asawa. Ito ang unang imahe ni Cory sa buong mundo. Nakiramay sa kanya ang publiko.
iniisip ko na, wow, kung sana nalaman ni Ninoy before he left the US, alam mo, Ninoy, kung mamamatay ka at pag nilibing ka, 2 million. Hindi, sabi ko, lalong mas madali siguro kay Ninoy because he would always tell me, Cory, I've always wanted to die for our country. It was something that really changed me also. Na parang, tama nga pala si Ninoy, the Filipino is worth dying for.
Sumabog ang matagal nang kinimkim na galit ng publiko. Si Ninoy ang kanilang bayani at martir. Si Cory naman ang naging mukha ng oposisyon.
I remember that you were a very reluctant candidate. Parang ayaw nyo, and it took a while bago ho nagkasundo na kayo na. Pero ang tanong ko sa inyo ngayon, kailan ho kayo nag-decide and what made you decide na, o sige na nga?
Hindi, maraming ang nakipag-usap sa akin na sinasabi na kailangan ikaw, dahil ang hinahanap ng tao ay isang kandidato na parang opposite of Marcos. And siguro akala na ako na nga yun dahil unang-una ayoko nga kumandidato.
Suot ang kanyang signature yellow dress. Madaling napamahal ang publiko kay Cory Aquino.
But if you wanted to know who was the best candidate, she would be the one. And it happened.
Lahat na ako kumandidato dahil ang gusto nating lahat ay maibalik ang demokrasya. Tapos, si Bolsi, although she doesn't remember that, she said, Mom, haven't we sacrificed enough? Sabi niya gano'n.
Totoo ba na ikaw lang, sa lahat na magkakapatid, ikaw lang yung pabor na tumakbo siya?
Kasi hindi ko naintindihan. Kasi 14 years old ako noon. So parang sabi ko, go mom, ang saya. Kasi at that point, parang hindi ko naman ma-picture na matatalo. Parang syempre, meron akong mentality doon na kung mapunta kami sa Malacanang, maging princess ako. Kaya sabi ko, go!
I hereby affirm my candidacy.
Hindi man siya kasing glamorosa at paartista katulad ni Imelda, minahal si Cory na parang inaaping bida sa isang telenovela.
Pagkatapos natapos yung aking talumpati, umakyat yung barangay captain. Meron nag-abot sa kanya nung plastic bucket nga na nakikita ko. Tapos sabi, para sa ito, nung tinignan ko, mga piso, nung araw piso pa yung bill at saka mga coins. Alam mo talaga, parang gusto kong maiyak dahil ang hirap nila and yet they were giving whatever they had to me.
Bakit natin kinakailangan? Iboto! Siya'y babae! Malambot ang babae!
Ginamit ng mga Marcos ang mga pahayagan at estasyon ng pamahalaan para ipalabas si Cory na isa lang may bahay na walang kaalam-alam.
I never said that I was experienced. But my greatest experience was that I was married to a political prisoner. For 7 years and 7 months, he was in detention. And both of us were determined that we will not give up our dreams, our ideals.
Pero ano pa man ang ibato sa kanya, si Cory ang naging tanglaw ng pag-asa. Nung nag-walk out ang mga computer programmer ng COMELEC, nabulgar sa lahat ang mga plano ng diktador.
To proclaim Ferdinand E. Marcos as President.
Ginamit ni Marcos ang makinarya ng eleksyon para ideklara ang sarili bilang Pangulo. Kaya pati ang militar sumama sa pag-aalsa. Bit-bit man ang kanilang mga baril, hindi ito nagamit. Dahil sa puwersa ng mga sibilyan, ang diktadurya mawawakasan.
For the sake of the Filipino people, I ask Mr. Marcos to step down now so that we can have a peaceful transition of government. I call on our people to rally to Camp Aguinaldo and Camp Crame in a show of people's power and solidarity with General Ramos and Minister Enrile. Thank you.
The President said in his press conference earlier that he was not going to resign. How would we deal with such a situation?
We will continue pressuring him.
Are you going there, Mrs. Aquino?
bumaha ng dilaw sa EDSA. Pagkatapos ng 20 taon, naging tanyag muli ang Pilipinas sa mundo. Pero hindi na sa kagandahan at karangyaan, kundi sa pagkakaisa at kalayaan. Naging inspirasyon ang people power ng mga Pilipino para mag-alsa rin ang ibang bansa laban sa malulupit na gobyerno.
Napakalaking bagay yon for us Filipinos kasi nakikita natin kung gaano itong bansang Amerika at that time bumilib sa ating mga Pinoy. Yun sa nagawa natin na napabagsak natin ang isang diktadurya.
President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Hinangaan si Cory sa buong mundo, lalo na sa bansang nagpamana sa atin ng demokrasya.
Naalala niyo pa that moment when you entered the US Congress?
Ay, talaga.
And there was a standing ovation.
Parang, wow! At alam mo, ang nakakagulat ba din, Jessica, wala akong kanerbis-nerbis nun eh. Kaya sabi ko, bakit kaya ganito ang feeling ko?
3 years ago, I said, "Thank you, America, for the haven from oppression and the home you gave Ninoy, myself, and our children, and for the 3 happiest years of our lives together. Today, I say, join us, America, as we build a new home for democracy, another haven for the oppressed, so it may stand as a shining testament of our 2 nations' commitment to freedom." Of a pattern of human rights violation.
Sa bisa ng kanyang bagong kapangyarihan, binuhay ang makinarya ng demokrasya. Nagkaroon ng bagong konstitusyon at ibinalik ang eleksyon. Binuksan ni Cory ang peace talk sa NPA at pinayagan niyang bumalik si Nur Miswari, ang chairman ng MNLF. Pinalaya niya ang mga political prisoners. At muli ring pinalaya ang natahimik na media. Hinayaan niya ang media na mag-ulat tungkol sa kanyang pamahalaan. Malinaw ang imahe na ipinakita niya sa publiko. Ibang-iba siya sa pinalitan niyang Pangulo.
I remember nung we were I think in Iloilo, was one of the Visayan provinces, and Mita Pardo de Tavera told me afterwards, "Ma'am, I just wanted to tell you that when you were walking, one of the women said, 'Naku, suot na naman niya yung damit na yon.'" And then I said, "Well, that's what I want them to notice. First of all, yes, I'm president, but I'm not president of a rich country."
When she dyed her hair in the Arlegui, she would dye it herself, as she did before and she does now. May mga rules siya. Ayaw niya nang bibigyan siya ng bouquet. Ayaw niya yung silya niya, iba dun sa silya ng lahat.
When I was a regular employee, parang halos wala talagang naiba. Pumapasok ako, may bodyguards, pero pareho lang, just like any other employee naman.
Sa kilos, pananamit at pananalita, kabaliktaran nga si Cory ng mga Marcos. Marami ang umasa na babaguhin ni Cory ang istruktura ng pamahalaan at lipunan.
Ang taas ng paningin ng taong bayan sa kanya. Ang taas din ang hinihingi ng taong bayan sa any of our leaders. And you know, up to today, ang ating mga surveys say that a leader, a president has to be mother, father, judge, provider, everything all rolled into one.
They also said that you only listen to a few people. Kung sino lang daw po yung nakadikit sa inyo, yun lang daw.
I also seek out certain people, but I cannot listen to too many people either. Otherwise, I'll spend my time just listening, and then there are some people who think they know more than you, even if they've never been president.
Katulad ni Ninoy at Marcos, si Cory ay nagmula rin sa mayaman at maimpluwensyang pamilya. Ang mga Kuhuangco ang may-ari ng libo-libong ektarya ng lupain sa Tarlac. Isa sa mga inasahan ng tao sa bagong gobyerno noon ay ang reforma sa agrikultura. Hinangad ng mga maliliit na magsasaka na mapapasa kanila na ang lupang sinasaka. Pero halos hindi raw ginamit ni Cory ang kanyang kapangyarihan sa issue ng agrarian reform.
Original agrarian reform was crafted by mga NGOs and peasant organizations. It was submitted to her. She could have issued an executive order implementing it, but hindi niya in-adapt.
In Tarlac, you will find out that our family is the biggest in terms of yung voluntary offer to sell of various other landholdings. And this is not yung, di ba, yung latak eh. Most of them were the prime lands, for instance, in Paniki, in Tarlac. And in other areas. My mother, to the detriment of her running her administration, had a lot of, shall we say, allies that she lost because she really forced the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program.
Dinala ng mga magsasaka ang kanilang laban sa Menjola sa bungad ng Malacanang. Dito, nangyari ang hindi inaasahan.
Oo, yung sa Mendiola, masyado masakit sa akin noon dahil hindi ko naman nais na gawin niya, tsaka merong talaga ng gulo doon.
Nanatiling malinis ang pangalan ni Cory. Hindi pinagdudahan ang kanyang integridad. Pero may mga nagduda sa kanyang katatagan. Bumagsak ang usaping pangkapayapaan sa pagitan ng gobyerno at ng NPA. Muling umigting ang digmaan. Katulad nung panahon ni Marcos, muli ring nag-alsa ang hanay ng militar. Muling binitbit ang mga baril. Pero kung sa EDSA, hindi nila ito ginamit sa panahon ni Cory.
There will be no turn. I have nothing to say to these traitors.
Sa ilang mga kudetang inilunsad ni Gringo Onasan, ang Malacanang na mismo ang inatake.
Akala ko yun, parang sabi ko, baka ito na ang goodbye, no? But I was determined not to leave Malacanang. At maski ng mga cabinet members ko, sabi, ma'am, siguro umalis na kayo dito. Siguro hindi. And no, I feel it's my duty to stay here. And anyway, I'm prepared.
Nung nangyayari yon, again, hindi umalis ang mom ko na hindi ako kinuha. Hinatak ako and bodily, she and my brother Noy, but more of her, kinaladkad ako pababa. I have to admit, may moment na oh my God, we're gonna die. May ganon. Di ba mafe-feel mo kasi, total, ang tagal na nangyari. Naririnig mo sa radyo, wala na tayong bala. So sabi ko, what does that mean na wala na tayong bala? Sabi nila, naubusan na.
Nagpatawag na rin ng pare na parang last rites ng feeling ko talaga doon. Parang nilulusob na talaga yung pakiramdam mo noon.
Ang nagbigay sa akin ng strength, ang mom ko talaga, bakit ka ba natatakot? Ewan ko, ma'am, nakakatrauma talaga yung tunog ng mga putok-putok. Sabi niya, you leave it all up to God.
Ngayon ay sinasamahan natin sila habang sila ay papunta sa Fort Bonifacio kung saan sila ay dadalhin. Gaya ng ating unang sinabi, ayaw nilang ipatawag ito na pag-surrender. Ito daw ay going back to Bara.
Isa sa mga inakusahang nasa likod ng mga kudeta, ang dating Defense Minister ni Cory, si Juan Ponce Enrile.
Do you agonize over those coup attempts kung bakit nangyari ho sila, and if you as president would have been able to do anything to avoid or prevent them?
Wala because they were determined to take over talaga. Gusto naman nila akala nila people power, then they would take over. Nakalimutan nila na kung wala yung people power doon, di natodas na rin sila.
Were you disappointed with Enrile, ma'am?
Of course, Diyos ko. Talaga. Before, he was the lawyer of my father and my father's family, his brothers also. But, syempre, naiba nun. And then, I guess, iba na eh. We became so powerful and all. But, kanya siguro talaga ang buhay.
Isinulat ng kolumnistang si Louis Beltran na nagtago si Cory sa ilalim ng kanyang kama noong 1989 kudeta. Isang bintang na mariing itinanggi ni Cory.
Ma'am, sorry ha. I know this is a very sensitive issue, but yung kay Louis Beltran.
Talaga nagalit ako. Hindi bali sana kung totoo eh. Or there was a semblance of truth, pero Ano ba naman, hindi mo pwede mag-check man lang? Anong iisipin ng mga sundalo na nado sa Mindanao, sa lahat ng mga, na handa silang, talagang they risk their lives. Tapos ito pa ng Commander-in-Chief, nagtatago lang. So, I could not let that go.
Inside the house, the president led reporters to her room where she showed us a beige-covered single-slide bed.
Ito yung isang incident na I did not agree completely with the president. But since she was my president, I had to support, no?
Sa mga huling taon ng administrasyon ni Cory, nagsimula ang krisis sa kuryente na nagresulta sa malawakang brownout. Veterana na ngang maituturing si Cory Aquino ng kung ilang laban sa kanyang buhay. Ngayon, nadagdagan pa ng isa ang kasalukuyan niyang pakikibaka sa colon cancer.
I asked Noynoy and Chris when they announced that you were sick with colon cancer. Tinanong ko si Noynoy, don't you feel na parang sobra naman yung quota niyo of suffering?
Alam mo nung araw, Jessica, I used to think all of us have certain quotas for suffering. And I felt I had filled up my quota. Hindi pala ganun eh. Of course, who wants to get sick? No, but if that's my fate, so be it. And so many people have been so helpful. At saka, I think I don't want to live for such a long time. Sabi ko nga, 75 na ako, tama na yun. And yan, you know, it was only 50. But, I mean, everything is just up to God.
Kalmado, bihirang makitaan ng emosyon at laging nasa tamang lugar. Ganyan nakilala ng publiko si Cory Aquino. Sa aking interview sa kanya na tumagal ng halos 1 oras, paminsan-minsan, ibang Cory Aquino ang lumitaw.
You didn't mind when people were saying, she didn't have the experience, housewife lang siya.
Pero sino
This
ba
is
naka...
the widow of Ninoy.
Yeah, sino sa kanila nag-appear before the US Congress? Sino sa kanila ang binigyan ng, ang nalagay sa cover ng Time Magazine? Wow. Sino ang Woman of the Year? Kanya, it's not all experience. I'm just so grateful to all the Filipino people who were so supportive of me. Siguro iba sinasabi, ba't si Cory pa? Wala naman yun nga, walang alaman. In fact, I knew of a joke about me after my presidency na somebody told, alam mo ang joke sa'yo? Ano yun? Corazon, si. Aquino. Sabi ko, ganun ba? Well, anyway, whatever. At least nakatapos ako. And then, I can say that with the help of the Filipino people, we restored democracy.